Dealing with loss is never easy, whether it's unexpected or a slow progression. A new presentation, however, looks to offer some guidance and assistance along your journey. It's called Grief and Ambiguous Loss in Caregiving. And joining us to talk about the event on October 24th is organizer Kathy Lucy. Kathy, thank you for joining me this morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
It's great to have you here this morning, Kathy. So why don't you break down for our viewers, what is this presentation all about?
Well, I've kind of gone through this entire journey with my husband with Alzheimer's, and one of the things that I noticed as I was progressing through this ending part is that when I look back and we speak of ambiguous loss, it's kind of a new term for some of us, but it means loss where there is no real foreseen end. And I think that's one of the things that we see with Alzheimer's. We never know how long this progression is going to be. And as I look back at it, I thought, I've been grieving for 10 years. As he progressed mentally and then physically, as busy as I was and as much as I was trying to do to keep him safe and make sure everything was going really good for him, I would go back home and there was the grieving of seeing how things were going with him and my life was changing. And so I think everybody does that differently. And we should never judge people for how they grieve or if there's an anger involved. But I think some program like this, or I felt, was good for all of us.
Well, who is this tailored for in terms of who should be coming out to this presentation?
Well, I think all of us have been going through some grief when we look back at COVID. But I think in turn, anybody can come to this. We've all had grieving. Family members of people with Alzheimer's like myself and other diseases. Ambiguous loss, like I said, is something that takes over time, and it really was something I think that became a term back when we had soldiers who were missing in action. So I think we can have someone who's going through aggression like that, or even someone who's just grieving from day to day for a loss they've had.
Well, Kathy, we appreciate you coming in this morning and filling us in about this important presentation, especially for those who might be hurting right now. Thank you so much for joining us.
You bet. Thank you.